हेलो फ्रेंड्स, चलो आज फिर हम एक न्यू प्रॉपर्टी के साथ आ चुके हैं. सो इन द लास्ट वीडियो वी हैव सीन द integers closure property, right? So today we will be seeing the part 2 of this integers property, in which we studied the commutative property as well as associative property together. So with the comparison we will try to see. So अगर comparison करेंगे तो जल्दी समझ में आएगा. Okay, so let's just start with the commutative and associative property for the integers on the basic four operations, that are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So let's start it. Okay. So these are the commutative associative property, for which first we are having a addition. Now addition, so let's just take a two integers, that is 5 and -4. Okay, now add them. So what is my addition? That is 5 plus -4 is equal to 5 minus 4. That is nothing but a 1. Okay, if anybody is having a confusion that how to add, how to subtract the integers, how to open the bracket, how the signs can react with each other, then you can see in the description box, the link is shared of that video कि इंटीजर्स का एडिशन, सब्ट्रैक्शन, मल्टीप्लिकेशन, डिवीजन कैसे करना है, उसके साइंस कैसे चेंज होते हैं, बहुत कंफ्यूजिंग है. तो दैट वीडियो आई हैव ऑलरेडी पोस्टेड एंड द लिंक इज ऑलरेडी गिवन इनटू द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स. तो उसके लिए आप डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में वो लिंक पे क्लिक करके वीडियो देख सकते हो. ओके, सो नाउ फर्स्ट आई हैव डन 5 minus 4, right? Means I have added 5 and plus 4. Now I have changed the order, that is -4 plus 5. Though my order is changed, but my answer is not changed. And what is my answer? My answer is 1 only. Okay, so for what we can conclude, that if I take any two integers, let's just say a, b, that just general form of an integer, and if we are going to add them into the normal way, that is a plus b, or you can reverse the order, that is b plus a, but the answer is not going to change, and that is why we can say the commutative. What is meant by commutative? Commutative is a communication, right? Commutative means what? It's a communication between two people. अगर दोनों तरफ से प्रॉपर नेटवर्क है तो कम्युनिकेशन प्रॉपर होगा, राइट? अगर कोई एक की तरफ से नेटवर्क खराब है तो कम्युनिकेशन विल बी डिस्कनेक्टेड, ओके, और दैट कम्युनिकेशन विल नॉट बी द प्रॉपर. सो लाइक दैट you can think that commutative is a addition, subtraction, multiplication, or a division of a particular two integers. Okay, so now comparatively, just take one more example in which both the numbers we will take negative. First we have seen the one number is positive, one is negative. Now let's just take the second example in which one is negative and another is also negative. Now let's just add them, that is -8 -7. Again, how to add, how the signs are going to change, that given in the link description box. Just go through that, so you will understand how the signs changes. And my answer is -15. Now I reverse the order, that is -7 will be the first one and -8 will be the second one, but still my answer is same. So what we can conclude, that the same conclusion is there, that if you add the integers in the a plus b way, or you reverse the way, but the answer is not going to change. So here we can say the commutative property for the integers is satisfied, or we can say addition of integers is commutative. Let's just see now associative property. Same for the addition operation. Now we are having we have taken the three integers like 5 -4 and 7. Okay, now we are going to add them. 5 plus -4 plus 7. What we have done, first we put the bracket for -4 and -7. We know the BODMAS rule, that the number whichever having is bracket, that we have to solve first. Okay, so associative is an association between three peoples, like a conference call, right? Commutative property, two-sided call, normal call. And associative is nothing but a conference call, that three persons can interact with each other properly. Okay, so here I have added in this way. Now I have changed the grouping. First I made the group of -4 7, and now I have made the group of 5 and -4, and I added, but my answer is changed? No. So what we can conclude, that if I'm having a three integers and if I am going to add them in any possible way, my answer is not going to change. So we can say addition of integers is associative. Okay, many of the students are having confusion like commutative and associative. So remember, commutative is like a communication between two peoples, and associative is like a association. Okay, like a conference call, can three peoples also do it. Chalo. So next we are having a commutative and associative property of an integer for the subtraction. Okay, now let's just have the two integers -8 and -7. Now I am going to subtract them. First I am going to subtract -8 from -7. So my answer will be 1. Now I have changed the sequence that first I will take -8 and then -7 I'm going to subtract from them. So my answer will become -1. But then we say that first, if I am changing the sequence, but my answer is also changed. It is not like addition that after changing the sequence, answer will be still same. No, answer is changed. So what we can conclude? So for any two integers a and b, the subtraction is not commutative, right? The subtraction is not at all commutative. Now let's just have for the associative property also. Three integers. First we made the group of 4 and 2. Then second we made a group of 7 and 4 and we solve it. But what happened? The way of grouping, the way or the choice of your group decides your answer. Okay, so what we can say, the whatever groups you are making, it is not like addition that it will be equal. No, group change, answer change. Okay, so therefore what we can say, the subtraction of an integer is not at all associative, right? So let's just move on to the next property, that is a commutative and associative property for integers. Now third operation is there, that is a multiplication. Clearly multiplication is commutative, right? Because we are going to multiply the number in any sequence, the answer is not going to change. Whether I'm going to do 2 5s are 10 or 2 5s are 5 2s are 10, the answer is going to same. We know the multiplication is actually a commutative operation. Okay, now we have taken one positive negative integer. We have considered the both the negative integers also, but still my answer doesn't change. So what I can say, that multiplication of integers is a commutative, right? Now just check out for the associative property also, right? Now we have taken three integers, that is 2, -5 and 6, right? Now multiply them in any group. Okay, first I take 2 and 5, -5. Then I make a group of -5 and 6. Though my sequence of a number or a grouping of a number is changed, my answer doesn't change, right? So from this, what we can conclude, for any three integers A, B, C, the multiplication is associative. That you can make the group of any two numbers and you can work it out. Right, guys? So lastly, we are having commutative and associative property of integers on the division. It is clearly for the division, it will not at all possible. Why? Now we have considered the two integers, that is 15 and 5. 15 5s are, if I am going to divide it, 15 divided by 5, that I will be getting 3. If I am going to reverse the order, that is 5 divided by 15, definitely my answer is 1 by 3. And 3 and 1 by 3 both are different. Getting my point? 3 is different and 1 by 3 is nothing but 0.333. So both the numbers are totally different, and 1 by 3 is not even an integer. It's a fraction. So what we can consider, that division is not at all commutative, right? Now check out for the associative property of division. Definitely 12 divided by 6 divided by 2. First I made the group of 6 and 2. Okay, and I perform the division and my answer is 4. Now I have changed the groups. Okay, which group I chosen the first, that is 12 divided by 6, and I work it out the division, my answer is 1. So from that, what we can conclude, that division is not at all associative, right? So what we can say, division is not commutative also, not at all associative also, that you cannot change the sequence also, and you cannot make the groupings also, right? So from this, what we can conclude, for addition and multiplication, my commutative and associative both the properties satisfies, right? And for subtraction and division, it will not satisfy. Just remember one thing, for the addition, if particular property is satisfied, then it will satisfy for the multiplication also, as everywhere. Why? Because multiplication is nothing but the repeated addition. And subtraction, if subtraction for not satisfied, then definitely it will not satisfy the division also. Okay, now how to remember that addition and multiplication are the commutative and associative operations only. So whatever number you put in the addition and multiplication, and you are going to check the properties, they are always going to satisfy, whether they are natural numbers, whole numbers, integer, or a rational. Whatever number you put into the addition and multiplication, and you check it out for the commutative and associative property, they will always satisfy. Why? Because addition and multiplication are only the commutative and associative operation, right? So this is how we have covered the part 2 of our integers property, that is nothing but a commutative and associative property. If you like the video, kindly like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.